All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Sideboard MTG. My name's Eric, and it's time for Narset's Amnesia. Yeah, like we're just gonna forget everything or make our opponent forget their entire hand. That's kind of the idea. I hope you guys like tonight's show. This is a Raiders Spoils. As you will see, we have a new stream boss, Dragon Lord. Finally dove in there and tucked down the stream boss. Andrew was stream boss for quite some time, but definitely want to say thank you to everyone that helped take down the stream boss. Thank you, appreciate it. And Dragon Lord, thank you for getting the killing blow. So here's your deck. Um, I, we'll talk about some cards, but there's one card I just don't like in the deck, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But the rest of the deck actually feels really good. I got a couple test games with it earlier, and it works. What? Yeah, it works. We'll talk about it. Dragon Lord, just remember that Induced Amnesia is just as useful on us as it is them as the game goes on. Understood. Like pitching a bunch of extra lands or something like that. Looking forward to seeing the deck. All right, so let's talk about it a little bit here, right? Like, should we pull up the preview and talk about a couple of the cards? Let's do that. I think, bam, what do you know? How about that? So, first off, right now the current meta is a lot of planeswalkers, but a lot of creatures even in those planeswalker decks. So I'm really liking the board wipes. Dragon Lord's got time wipe, and he's got Cleansing Nova in the deck, and with Teferi Time Raveler, we can do this at instant speed. So we know that with like Syracuse, 4 copies of Teferi and 4 copies of Narset seem to be a pretty good little package, and they can no longer counter our spells. They can also they can't draw extra cards, which is great. Now, that being said, a lot of those decks are playing those, which actually makes cards like Chemist's Insight much, much worse. And cards like Jace, which says draw a card. Like, draw a card has never been worse than it is right now, where we're in a state of a lot of decks running 4 copies of Narset, including this one. This one actually hinges around it. So the idea here is we get Narset on the battlefield, and when we get Narset, we then cast an Induced Amnesia. Narset says that each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn, and then Induced Amnesia. Whenever Induced Amnesia enters the battlefield, target player exiles all cards from their hand face down, then draws that many cards. Also, when Induced Amnesia is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, return the exiled cards to their owner's hand. So they may not be gone permanently, but if we have Narset down, they'll discard their entire or exile their entire hand and then draw 1 card. We're not going to be able to cast this at instant speed because it is an enchantment and not a sorcery, but either way, it's still pretty sweet. Now, again, like Dragon Lord pointed out earlier, if we have a bunch of lands, we want to just cash in our hand for a new hand, we can Induce Amnesia on that. Also, it might be important that we just Induce Amnesia ourselves early when we have a bunch of cards, and then against a control deck, we just wipe all the artifacts and enchantments, destroying our own Induced Amnesia, getting a bunch more cards back into our hand. So there's a lot of options here for us, and the card's not absolutely horrible. And I think with Narset, it's actually worth giving a shot. We see the mono blue pitch deck in Modern, and that might have actually stemmed from people playing around with Narset and Standard and going, if we can do this in Standard, there's much better cards available for us in Modern. And the mono blue pitch deck is actually doing that. So we're kind of playing the pitch deck here in Standard. So we do have Dovin's Veto, which is going to be a good way to hedge against opposing Narsets and things of that nature. Growth Spiral going to allow us to get a little bit of ramp, Again, we are trying to draw cards, but luckily this one's instant speed, and most of the time you're going to cast it on their turn 3 in response to their Narset anyway, allowing you to draw another card. And then, other than that, the deck's pretty straightforward. We do have a copy of Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and a couple copies of Tameo. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be trying to call with Tameo, but I do like her Neg 3 return, a Teferi Time Reveler from my graveyard, because I think we're going to be spending these quite liberally. Other than that, the deck's really, really sweet, but those are my initial thoughts. I guess I should mention Mission Briefing, but I actually like Mission Briefing. I would like to see, some other card that we could flash back with it other than just, counter spells, but then again, counter spells aren't that bad either. And I do get that with this deck, there's a good chance that we're going to be milling ourselves hardcore, and that's why the Jaces are there. But I think that we could get away with other Planeswalkers in place of Jace. Narset's Reversal: copy target instant or sorcery, then return it to its owner's hand. You may choose new targets for the copy. This could be a blowout in a lot of matchups, so that'll be fun to play around with. More copies of Mission Briefing. I assume this is for like the control matchup where you just want more of what you've already played, and in the control matchup, having extra copies of Dovin's Veto or extra copies of Sinister Sabotage sounds pretty sweet. So yeah, I'll pay 2 for an extra counterspell. And then we've got Search for Escante here in the sideboard as well. I hate that the split card does like that. And then last tap's Plating. Amass 1. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Good against the Elder Spell when we've got a bunch of Planeswalkers down. A lot of other things. Vraska's Contempt. Bedevil. There's a number of things this can protect us from. Think Dive Down for your Planeswalkers. And then we've got Gideon's Triumph. Target opponent sacrifices a creature that attacked or blocked this turn. If you control a Gideon Planeswalker, that player sacrifices 2 of those creatures instead. We will not be controlling a Gideon's Planeswalker, but instant speed sacrifice is pretty sweet. I mean, they swing at us with just one big dude, and night-night. Prison Realm. We're seeing this in a lot of the other decks, which are the other Super Friends decks, Jeskai, and we're seeing it in the Esper Super Friends decks. The card's the real deal. 3 mana. I mean, it's almost an O-ring. We can't get cards like Search for Escanta and things like that, which we really would like to be able to get, which is why I would still play cards like Conclave Tribunal if I was playing mono wide or something like that. But here we want the cheaper converted mana cost, and the Scry is very useful. This deck's going to want to hit its land drops. Narset doesn't draw lands. Release the Wind. Exile target non-land permanent for as long as this card remains exiled. Its owner may cast it without paying its mana cost. Whoa. Just, you could, the things you can do with that, right? The Wanderer. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control. Great card against mono red. They have to turn and kill this, and it's not bad against really big decks either, because exile target creature with power 4 or greater. So yeah, ignite the Beacon. Let's go get some Planeswalkers. Bacon, right? Everybody, bacon. No, okay. Vivian Reed, shooting down Lyras for days, right? And helping us draw one of our. No. Okay, so shooting down Planeswalker or Lyras and the such, popping enchantments, artifacts. Vivian is primarily going to be for that. Her +1 is pretty useless. Yep. Anyway, that's the deck. So I think Jace should be like Dovin or Saheeli, right? Draws land. Okay, all right, fair enough. Her +1, we go get a land. Land drops are very important. I'll give you that. When do you bring in your Vivian? I mean, against Lyra's in game 2, against the like when? Wouldn't you Nissa be better? Maybe. Even if you weren't getting like severe amounts of ramp out of it, would it be better? Let's play it. We're gonna get some games in with it. We're gonna find out. Let's jump back over to chat. Get rid of that. I think I have to keep this, right? I mean, we get to growth spiral on too. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. I mean, right? It's not exactly what we wanted, but we'll take it. So we'll Glacial Fortress on 2, allowing us to growth spiral, and at minimum, we'll get our 3rd land drop, possibly a 4th land drop. I wouldn't mind drawing a land here or next turn. Alright, so yeah, that's going to be our turn too. I don't see any reason to do this before his end step, because I mean we already have our land. Like, we know exactly what we're doing. We can bluff, counter spell. Legion Conquistador. That's the one that... Okay, so when this enters the battlefield, you may search your library for any number of cards named Legion Conquistador. Reveal them, put them into your hand. Okay. I mean, it's... I just want to get to Cleansing Nova, right? Like... Alright, we know he's going to attack, so let's go ahead and green, blue. This way we can get that F6 time in. We'll say no on that. Alright, so we did get a Jace. Again, I think Jace should be Dovin. Really do. And if it was Dovin, think about it. Down tick on this thing. I mean, we can uptick Jace and like buy some time. Man, I know I'm playing the land, right? I could draw another card with Teferi. We're still not oh, like I kind of want to just cash in Teferi, but maybe I should just cash in Jace, right? I'm saying Jace is the weaker planeswalker, so maybe I should just cash in the Jace, put him down for 5, and then I think I will. Really? I didn't pay enough blue? Oh, I still can't. I can't play Jace. It's triple blue. Alright. What am I thinking? I can't do anything else, so I need to make use of my mana. Alright. What do we bounce here? Doesn't matter. The most expensive one, make him recast it. I mean, either one's going to kill. I'll return this one. I mean, maybe he'll play more things that we can Cleansing Nova. Chemistry's Insight, that'll help us get there. That will help us get there. You downloaded MTGO, but don't know how to work it. Will I show you sometime off stream? Sure, but I'd probably be easier to show you on stream, where you could see what I'm doing. I don't know. Sure. Like, if you got questions though, I mean, just just ask them. My number one recommendation is at least get the $9.99 a month package from manatraders, so you can just have all the cards. He did play the way we wanted him to. We really need a blue source. I'm probably going to main phase this Chemist's Insight if I don't draw in. It's not the land I'm looking for, though. So what are we going to do this turn, right? We can't cast Sinister Sabotage. We can't cast Jace. I don't want to cast Induced Amnesia until I've used one of these Cleansing Novas. I guess I just cast a Cleansing Nova. Like, I really wanted to draw cards. I want another blue source so bad. So bad. It was only 4 damage. I was willing to wait for a little bit more. I mean, but we do have a backup. Is he not going to put the Adanto Vanguard back on the battlefield? No, just another Dusk Legion Zealot. Okay. Alright. I'll pay the 2 life. We'll gain 1 of that life back. So, do we mill ourselves? I guess that's how it works. So if we get a Tamiyo, it's going to be great. I mean, at least Ace will survive a turn. Couple turns, actually, at this rate. Mill opponent? Okay. I figured we would want more options for Tamiyo and hitting, like, being able to get things back, but understood. Please play the other Legion Conquistador. Please. Please use your mana like that. Mill us, I guess. Right, we're running Chemist's Insight. I mean, I guess the deck's fairly well built for milling both ourselves and our opponent. Honestly, in my games earlier, I never got to a position where I wasn't under enough pressure that I was able to play Jace. So, I mean, his draw action here is definitely going to be relevant. He did play the other Conquistador, by the way. Just saying, guys. Just saying. All right, so we'll mill him. We'll start that whole thing. Oh, Blast Zone. Well, so we know that we're going to go Cleansing Nova. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We Cleansing Nova for 5 of that. We can keep 2 available. So we're not going to be able to do anything with that mana this turn. So let's go ahead and Cleansing Nova. Leave open blue. Maybe I should have played the Blast Zone and tapped it so we could have pretended to have a Dovin's Veto. Yeah. Like that's probably the smarter play would have been to at least bluff the Veto. But I think we're all right here anyway. I mean, I don't think he's scared of a veto. He's been waiting to get this Adanto Vanguard down for a minute now. Not a lot we can do about it either. The Induced Amnesia part of this is just late. But we are about to draw a bunch of cards. So, we'll see what we can do. Again, Dovin could stop this thing, but he can't draw cards. Dovin cannot draw cards. Karn's Bastion, definitely willing to play that. Alright, now I'm going to hold up for Sinister Sabotage. Like, would I pay 5 right now to keep Jace alive? I mean, there's more Jaces in the deck, right? So, whatever. Amnesia ourself. After I get this Chemist's Insight in the graveyard, I will Amnesia ourself. I mean, we're not dead yet. Jace is going to absorb some damage. Twilight Prophet. I don't like it. Don't like it. Now I'm not going to be able to... Now I'm not going to be able to cast the Chemist's Insight. I should have played the... Oh, yes. Alright, we got one in the graveyard. Okay, cool. Just got lucky, you know? Because that works. Still can't cast it this turn, which I really wanted to do. Everything at Jace. Okay. I'll wait till end of turn before I put counters on Blast Zone. And we'll take it to 2. Okay. Let's draw another one. Teferi. Get. This works. This works. And then we just pass. We just pass. All right, so we've got 2 options. We can destroy. Oh, Amnesia them. We'll worry about that in a moment. I'm gonna hit them for 4 with it, but you're right. So we've got 2 options. We can destroy the Blast Zone and kill this and hit them for 4, or we can just proliferate. And we don't lose anything. I could proliferate on the Blast Zone, but I'm not going to. So Teferi lives. Oh, I did that wrong. Alright, so if I would have played Growth Spiral first, I would have actually been able to put an additional land down and been able to draw an additional card. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely should have done that. We're not going to be doing the Karn's Bastion trick this time. I just want more cards. I mean, this works, right? So we don't... We don't downtick Narset. We wait a turn. I mean, I could have paid it to pop this, but... And then we use Jace. Yeah, he scoops. Yeah, activate. We use Jace, draw another card, and then the next turn we would have gotten to play a Jace and the Amnesia on the same turn. If I would have just Amnesia'd him that turn, then he would have still had the Adanto Vanguard, and like that was kind of the point, was we wanted to get rid of it. But yeah, Rush, if you are on Magic Online when we finish this game, I'll add you to I'll send you an invite there. Alright, so I can't remember. There we go. Alright, what are we bringing in? Prison Realm? Just to be able to get rid of that thing? I mean, I kind of like that better than I like the Dovin's Vetoes in this matchup. I mean, he seemed like he had a lot of creatures. I mean, he may have some other stuff, but we'll see. A mass one might be good. I mean, the Settles and Cleansing Novas, of course, they're great, right? Maybe we just want mission briefing for an extra one. I think we just stick with what we've got. I've got one too many in the sideboard. I need to pull one more card. I think I want the Gideon's Triumph over... I'll take a Jace out. This is a 62 card deck. Oh, and Release the Wind. Triumph and Release the Wind. Okay, if we go to game 3, I'll bring in a Release the Wind. What? I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, there's Release the Wind's just tricks for days. I got you. I got you. Of course, we would get this Jace, but we've got blue sources, so I'm gonna keep it. And we've got a time wipe. I'm gonna keep. We'll get there. We'll get there. It'll happen. Come on, chat. It'll happen. Not before he gets to turn that sideways. It will not. Yeah, he will make this a land long before we get to do things. Alright, well, whatever. Release can let you put Jace out of the way till you need him again. That's fair enough. Or just save a Narset or something. Reset a Teferi. Like, the Release has got tricks for days, man. The card's really good. It just... It at what it does. It's just what it does is normally not good enough. Second verse, same as the first. I mean, we just do it again and then play Jace next turn. Jace uptick. We at least get to draw one card off of it. Even if he plays Danto Vanguard here, we'll get to draw an additional, like, second card off of Jace. So, I mean, that's not bad. All right, so that's a lieutenant. That's not as big as a vanguard. Yeah, I'll put in the Sun Petal Grove. I mean, I could have put the interplanar beacon in, but like it just doesn't matter, right? I guess it's the same. It's the same damage towards Jace. It would have been 4 either way. Another Jace. Alright, well. Let's play a Jace. Gain a life. Nope. Not insignificant on the life gain. Alright, mill him. We got a Legion's Landing and a Dusk Legion Zealot. And we got a land for next turn, which means we will be clearing the board. All the board wipes. That's right. Just all of them. And it also means that we actually get to clear the board before Legion's Landing flips, which is, I thought was rare. I also didn't realize that we were fighting against vampires. I thought it was just happened to have some vampires in it. Legion's Conquistador should have been a dead giveaway, but I've seen that in some other corny decks. Yeah. Alright. Yes, we're going to pay for it. See, I've already punted again. Jeez. I was supposed to do the Jace first, right? So if you do the Jace first, you get more information, which can possibly have saved us 2 life. Here it didn't. I wasn't punished for my mistake, but the punts. The punts. Your go, opponent. Your go. Dusk Legion Zealot. Well, that does not pressure our Jace. Next turn we can start leaving up counterspell action and still being able to growth spiral. Jace defeats this. At least until we get to a Narset. I'm gonna uptick. I don't care what land we get. I mean, if we draw a land here and it was a better land to play, then I don't care. So yeah, I made the same punt twice in a row there. Information before any play. Remember, guys, being good at Magic's not just about not making punts, but seeing the ones that you do make. Quote 2019 Sideboard MTG right there. Adanto Vanguard. I think not, my friend. I think not. I do not like the idea of that. Mission briefing on top. So we would draw the mission briefing if we play Growth Spiral, which I do want to play Growth Spiral. I'm putting it in the graveyard. I'm doing it. Does he have another? He has another. Give me a blue source. Untap blue source. Give it to me. Yes. And I will play it untapped. Blue, green. Oh, putting that, and then you know what, I'm not gonna pay life for this one. All right, so I do need to get a little deeper into the deck. We did get all the ramp in the world, but it's not gonna save us here. Jace just doesn't do enough for me. Dragon Lord, like in this matchup in particular, Dovin would work so well. Oh, look, a land. I think we need to find a Teferi. I don't like any of what I currently have. So I think I need blue sources most of all. I have white. We're gonna pitch them. We're gonna look for something else. I seem to be forgetting my hand more than I'm making the opponent forget his. Teferi Time Reveler's pretty good here. Yep. Man, it just dies though. It dies to this thing. Tameo does not though. And I want an Induced Amnesia. And I need the Teferi the turn that I play Induced Amnesia. The opponent's going to scoop it up. I've taken too long for him, right? Sorry to sound like a broken record. Was just wondering why I chose to play on Magic Online over Arena. I don't really care for all the flash and not being able to read the cards when they're on the battlefield, things like that. I like Magic Online, but the number one reason is because here I actually have access to 100% of the cards. If I want to play Modern, I can play Modern. If I want to play, Standard, I can play Standard. And cards that I win or buy do maintain some type of value. I can get rid of those cards. I can sell those cards for tickets. Tickets can be sold to various vendors for cash payout that you can actually receive. So you can technically play for money on Magic Online. Like there's a lot of options. Like it is a Magic trading card game. You can trade cards here. So like there's a lot of aspects that Arena has that with all the flash and the the esports and all of that is great, and I really like that it's part of the community, but it's not 100% of what Magic is. And I've been cursed out by opponents on here. I have been, which probably doesn't speak really well for Magic Online, right? But I've also had people like go in depth and talk to me about certain plays that I've made, or decks that I've played, and wanted to know more about the decks, and actually got a chance to meet and make friends with people. And that's kind of the MMO side of things, and you don't get that with Arena. There's like these Discord channels that you can get in, and you can find people to play against, and you can actually do chat there. And you don't see me chatting with people, during stream and stuff. But I do chat with, players when I am just playing, the game with them and things like that. Especially if they instigate the chat, or initiate the chat. One of those in words, right? But yeah, that's why I like MTGO. But again, the big one is I have 100% access to anything I want to play. If I want to play Legacy, Modern, whatever. Also, if you really look at the Arena or the Magic League, the new Magic Pro League, if you really look at that and you want to chase that, you're going to have to put a lot of time in on games, right? Like you don't only need to win games, so you need to be playing, good decks, of course, and you can't play around with jank decks. But you need to put a lot of time in. You got to soak a lot of games into that mythic race. And I decided early that I didn't really want to go for the mythic road, or the road to mythic, from bronze to mythic. Like my account's still bronze. I haven't played with ranked at all. It's actually more fun if you don't. I haven't really played a lot of Arena, so I will play some Arena in the future. Like apparently I do need to at least get an account to mythic, just to prove that I can, and then once I get to mythic, I have to put in time every season to keep that account mythic. So apparently I need to do that. So we will do that content soon. But yeah. Anyway, sorry to put this in the middle of your show here, Dragon Lord. Just wanted to I guess, fully answer that question. So I hope that answers your question, Chris. Narset requires hours of grinding to get cards. Yeah, I've got a partnership with manatraders. I get all the cards I need for, yeah. And yeah, arena is just a grind, and like you have to either sink tons of money into the game, or you have to put in tons of time. And if I wanted to do the grind to get into the top 1,000, which would be competitive Magic, and I decided when I started streaming that I wasn't going to be, like a competitive Magic player. I wasn't going to chase that anymore. I won some PPTQs, went to regionals and things like that. So I know that the chase would possibly be valid when I slow things down and play in paper. But I chose to play my Magic like this with this community, and I prefer it that way. Like, this is the way I like to do my Magic. I mean, worst case scenario, you think of these multiple Magic channels out there as all being like online Magic communities, or local gaming stores. So yeah, I have more fun with my Magic consumption with this. So to play all of the decks that we do play on this channel in ranked all the time would be horrible. So yeah. What do I think about adding 2 Gideon and 2 Crassus to the sideboard? You want to go like talk about like tweaking some cards, huh? Can I pull these? Can I pull these? Can we play around without these in this deck? Adding 2 Gideon and 2 Crassus in the sideboard. All right, so where do we put the Gideons? Like, what do you want to take out for Gideon and Crassus? Like, what are we looking at? And why? Like, what matchups do you bring Gideon and Crassus in the in for? Right? Like, what if they're going into your sideboard? That means that you need them for a game 2, game 3 plan. So, like, why do we want to bring those in? We know Val's a better player than me. She is. She is 100% a better control player than me, because she's more patient. She'll wait forever until like down to 1 life point. Like, she'll hold cards that like most people would just snap off, right? Like, if anyone watched Huey Jensen take Boston for Worlds, you know that he held this 1 mana spell. It was like Magma Spray or something, the equivalent of Shock, but he held it, and he should have killed things long before, but he didn't. And because of that patience, he won. And that's Val in a nutshell. Probably want them against control. It needs another win con if I pull Jace. Oh, is that our only win con? So it is. So it is. We got Teferi. We still have a Teferi. We'll just go get the 1 Teferi we got once we win. We're not trying to win. We're trying to control our opponent into scooping. Right? That's what we're going to do. We're just going to control our opponent into scooping. The life gain is relevant against aggro. For what card? Probably want them against control. Okay, so what about Saheeli Ra, which actually creates blockers? Man, like, we've got no way to create blockers, right? I like the board wipe, though. I mean, like, with the plan of board wiping turn 5, we don't need to create blockers. And in all reality, I mean, we didn't lose the last game, so... Alright, so... the life gain from Gideon, is that what we're talking about? Like... So, when I think of Gideon's first ability usually gives another creature plus lifelink, in vigilance, or indestructible. And I dropped my pen. And we don't have any other creatures. Like, what are we giving lifelink to? Why not Lyra? See, I actually like that. I actually like Lyra a lot. A couple Lyras in the sideboard. That sounds relevant. I mean, if we can cast a board sweeper, we can cast a Lyra, right? Or why not pay 10 mana or more? White card get right. Yeah, we got this. I mean, we did have a ton of mana last game. You guess Teferi this 8 is a win con. Technically, I mean, we're technically milling the opponent out there. I mean, we can just keep cycling through, but I just think Jace is weak, and if nothing else, like cutting down to only a couple Jace would probably be good, or like maybe one Jace, and like opening up that spot for other 3 mana planeswalkers, right? I'm really sold on the Saheeli plan, especially in decks like this. It's not really that great with the board sweepers, but it's not horrible either. I mean, you get to be rebuild fairly quickly, even though like when you cast it, the first trigger goes on. So I mean, I don't know. Tameo gets them back really well. Spells and ability, I don't know. Anyway, what do you want to put in the sideboard? Lyra? Try what I want, and we'd like to see other options. Alright, so what I think Lyra needs to be in the sideboard, but I don't know what we take out for the Lyra. Possibly the mission briefings, but that would be taking a card that we're wanting to bring in for control out for a card that we want to bring in for aggro. And this deck may not actually have a problem against aggro, especially if our opponents are going to worry about our planeswalkers and such. So, Lazotep plating's not for aggressive decks. I guess we're looking at either one of our utility cards like Release the Wind, Ignite the Beacon, Vivian Reed, the Wanderer, or one of our cards for aggressive decks, Gideon's Triumph or Prison Realm, like if we want to put Lyras in the deck. So maybe some mix of some of those. Personally, I would say, you know, Ignite the Beacon would probably be pretty good. Plating is for everything. It's for something that's going to have spells that target, and that's not necessarily everything. You know, a lot of creature decks don't have a lot of removal. Just saying. Take out one plating and one briefing or Vivian. Okay. You know, Vivian's cool. Vivian is cool. We got that main board briefing, so I'll cut that. I guess we got to get some Lyras. Do we have any other maybe cards we want to pick up? Why did I spell it like that? What is wrong with me? Take out Beacon and release for 2. Take out Beacon and release for 2 beacons. Oh, for I would have taken out Beacon and probably a mission briefing. Where's Lyra? Lyra Dawnbringer. Alright, so we've got to grab some Lyra Dawnbringers. Is there anything else we're gonna be rocking? Thoughts. Carney T in the sideboard for control. Ooh, alright. Now this is kind of what we're doing here, guys. Like, if you haven't caught on in chat, we're working on Dragon Lord's deck, and he wants to see it with multiple options. So if you've got some ideas that you think the stream will accept, throw them in chat. Carnity in the sideboard for control is actually actually not bad. I mean, especially when you got cards like Tameo, you can get it back. Maybe. Lyra plus Angel of Grace equals good times. Okay. I mean, Lyra equals good times for sure. I mean, Angel of Grace is not. Angel of Grace is pretty good. Like, nope, I'll just go to 1 block, yeah, whatever. Anyway, or attack you. Carney T or Angel of Grace. All right, well, let's do this. All right, so here we go. Here's how we get cards with manatraders, ladies and gentlemen. This is how it works. Currently got 77 cards checked out. You can check out like 150. Something like that. Yeah. 275 card decks. So I'm just going to go here and clear my current list, which is this deck. Now, if I would have made a a wish list, I could have just exported that and imported it. So we want what, 2 Lyras, and then we want Carnage Tyrant, right? I don't know how many Carnage Tyrants we would want. I'll just grab 2. What else? What else? What else? What else? This is gonna be the last time I come over here and grab cards. So, Angel of Grace. I don't know how many Angel of Grace we would run. You know what? Let's just grab playsets. The entire sideboard should be creatures to totally blindside our opponent's game too. Right? Your Green Madness likes like 8 to 9 creatures. Cool. All right. Anything else? Any others? Finale of Glory. Really? Finale of Glory. I don't even know what this card does, but we're gonna grab a playset anyway. All right. So we'll just hit rent on this. Little dude runs in the back of the shop, right? An MTGO. He grabs all the cards that we're looking for, and we're monitoring him the whole time. We know exactly how close he is to being done. But you know, he's a robot, so you know we don't worry about it, and we just move on. Anyway, all right. So finale, really? Finale? Finale of Glory. Create X 2/2 white soldier creature tokens with vigilance. If X is 10 or more, also create X 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance. Okay. I mean, oh hey, our little dude, he's done. All right. We should get our trade any moment. Like it'll just auto trade with you. Control A, select all, drag a card down, submit. It keeps track of everything for you. So, and there's a trade log, so if like something doesn't go through, Wizards keeps a trade log, so you can actually open a ticket and like access your trade log if you know, like, so it's pretty safe system with, you know, trading. I mean, when you've played Paper, at some point in your Paper career, you have probably card pooled with someone. And card pooling is any time that you say, hey, sure, you know, you want to borrow one of my cards, you know, or can I borrow that? You know, that's, you're sharing that person's cards. So being part of a card pool is, it's pretty cool. I mean, you're basically paying entry fee into like the greatest card pool ever. Always has the cards, has all the new cards within like 3 days of release, so like you're instantly, you know, practicing, so it works. Yeah. Anyway, all right, so we've got our Narsets, we've got our Finale of Glories. Do we want to try that? Rush, I love you, man, but I don't think I want to try that. I don't even like the Angel of Grace. I don't even like that plan. That was probably bad, though. Alright, Angel of Grace. Here we go. Enters the battlefield until end of turn. Damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. So, saves you from a killing blow. You can exile it from your graveyard for 6 mana and your life total becomes 10. That can be relevant, right? And it's an angel that would be able to flash in. Like, anyone who's played, like, Chandra, or sorry, what was her name? Avison? Knows about, you know, flashing 5 mana angels. Saheeli would also probably have been good. Maybe I should have grabbed some Saheelis. I think the Lyra is about all you need in the sideboard here. I do have Dovins. Like, I pulled those earlier. Like, I really want this deck with Dovin. What could we remove? Oh, that's right. The Induced Amnesias. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's got the spot that Dovin should be in. Alright. Let's jump back over here. I mean, the only thing we really changed was we put Lyra in the sideboard. Oh, I was supposed to get Gideon! Alright, whatever. Maybe we'll have him for the next game. What? Hey, we got an opponent. Alright. Let's grab some Gideons. Can we keep this in? I mean, we can growth spiral on turn 2. I kind of like that. I'll keep it. I'll keep it because I can growth spiral. And we're on the draw. That helps. Alright. Gideon. Gids Blackblade. Chad Blackblade. We got a Dovin's Veto. No point in paying for this. I mean, there's a good chance that he's just gonna like slam a Teferi or a Narset right here. Nope, nope. Right, that's black. That's not white. That's not what I was expecting. This is Sultai. My bad. I mean, we can hold open the Dovin's Veto and then end of turn growth spiral. I mean, this helps us fight around Vivian. All right, well, we don't have a land. That's horrible. He does. Anti-branch walkers. Okay. Glad we got sweepers in this deck. We do need some land in order to get 2 said sweepers. Oh. I mean, we could... I guess we just have to cash in the Teferi. I don't think there's another option. Because I want land, and playing Narset's not necessarily going to help me get land. This will buy me a little bit of time. Yeah. Our Gideons have arrived. That's right, he just walked over to the table, handed them to us. Wild Growth Walker is actually smaller than one of these. For now. And I also want it to be on the battlefield when... I want him to explore again, though. Whatever. We did get the land. Alright. Well, now we have to draw the... here. Your turn, dude. F6. Get him. At us. Land of War at Teferi. So do I just like play Tamio and call Time Wipe or call Cleansing Nova? Because then I also have to get a land. Are we just dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah. Just done. It's over. Yep. Not it, like, we're just, yeah, dead on board. Brutal. I guess I should have bounced the Wall Growth Walker. Yeah. I don't think it really matters right there if we didn't draw the sweeper. Alright, so we definitely want her... Taking out Jace. He's not going to do anything in this matchup. Lyra and Teferi are going to have to be our win cons. Mission briefing. Maybe. Do we want that? Maybe not. Take out mission briefing and a... I guess take out one Dovin's Veto. Maybe I take out all the Dovin's Vetoes and I just try to be a much more controlling... The problem is with like all the sorcery speed stuff and trying to play it at instant speed. And I'm going to bring in the Search for Escanta. I guess this is the way to go. Did I not take those Gideons? Yeah, I'll keep this. So I don't expect him to have, like, haste, so there's no point in trying to have this open on turn 2. And there goes probably Teferi. What? Why has the trade been cancelled? I request another trade with you, bot. He did take the Teferi. Ooh, search for Escanta. I don't want to pay life, so I'm going to be greedy. That was a good top deck, I think. I think it was a good top deck. It's going to help us, like, just shuffle through our library a little bit, and like having some removal buys us a lot of time. Also means he has to be really careful what he attacks us with. Time Wipe, put it in our graveyard. I'm gonna say no. I want to draw it. I still have enough lands that I can take my time. So I especially with double sweeper, and we know he's got duress, so having a backup sweeper seems really good right now. Like, we're not going to be returning any creatures we control because we didn't do that. You could like run all time wipes if you ran Carnage Tyrant. That's a thought. Ooh, Amnesia. Put that in the graveyard? Yeah, I'm going to put it in the graveyard. Sinister Sabotage. So we're just gonna hold up Sinister Sabotage here. Oh no. Now submit trade. So he knows we have the Gideon's Triumph. I am going to fire it off now that we're in step. Yes, thank you. We got our cards. Oh. Alright, there we go. He didn't have any. He sacrificed Wild Growth Walker. That's. We want to put that in the graveyard? Yeah. I think so. Alright. Now we just sit back and chill. And we can pretty much like stop just about anything he does. This is pretty good. Card runner taking a break. Yeah, the card runner's taking a break. I mean, we can wait a while before this Land of War Elf is, you know, a legit threat. I think I'm willing to counter this. Like, what could the bait spell be? Like, Thought Erasure can only take another counter spell. Okay, he's got a negate. So he just wants to force it down. In all reality, I like the idea of, like, us burning the negate out of his hand, which... If he's got negates, I doubt he's got Thought Erasures. Because, you know, the duress thing. But this means I could probably just, like, pull the trigger. Ooh, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Want to put that in the graveyard? I think not. The problem is we cannot cast it yet. So I can't even cast the time wipe. We'll just pass. Gotta go, guys. Dragon Lord, you like your deck? Draw well. Thank you, Skylar. Oh my god. Now what is happening? MTG Arena wants to update. MTG Arena would like to make changes. What? Okay, Arena. Arena's doing silly stuff. So I basically need to get rid of everything that's not a land right now. Growth Spiral in the graveyard? Yeah. Narset doesn't draw land. Still gonna play a Narset. We'll take the Gideon's Triumph. Pass the turn. So, I mean, we do search for Escanta next turn. He will have to send at least something at Narset, which will buy us even more time. There's a new update. They put in stained glass art styles. Nice. I actually like the stained glass. The stained glass is cool. Look, I made my intro with it, so I mean it's pretty cool. Hydroid Crassus, really? Do we want to keep the land? I mean, we don't have to. Put it in the graveyard? Yeah, put it in the graveyard. Transform, yeah, we'll transform. Interplanar Beacon, sure, we'll play that. Cleansing Nova, yeah, we'll play that. And pass the turn. So next turn we can Teferi uptick. Anything that he attacks Teferi with, we can use Gideon's Triumph to stop that. Yeah. We gain a life from casting at Teferi. He's going to cast Fine on some things. Wild Growth Walker. Alright, so he does get 2 creatures down here. That does mean Teferi will take a considerable hit. Although if we top deck land, we can actually Teferi down tick and save him. That's not a land. Alright, so the Teferi... I'm just going to pass here and hold up Sinister Sabotage along with Gideon's Triumph. I can also hold up Growth Spiral or Search for counter activation. So that's not nothing. And I can save damage here with the Gideon's Triumph. And if we, the big one is if we can get our opponent to apply more to the battlefield, because we're not worried about his life total. We're in this for the super long, forever game. So we take 5 off of Wild Growth Walker. I think I'm just going to search for Escanta here. There's a Narset. I mean, it's a thing. Narset's a thing. Alright, Glacial Fortress. Alright, so we have to sweep the board, which is fine. This way I can Growth Spiral. What about Kefnet? Kefnet might be good in this deck. I mean, there's not a ton of spells. No, I don't think Kefnet's good when you're running a bunch of main board like counter spells. So maybe not Kefnet. Like they're never, it's never anything you want to counter. So. Alright, well, we need another sweeper. Prison Realm. That buys us a little bit of time. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this takes 4. But we can use 5 to Teferi, uptick, draw a card, and have 3 left to Prison Realm something, or to Sinister Sabotage, or to cast Narset. So we can Teferi bounce. Oh, that's so horrible. Whatever. We've got Tamio. We could get it back eventually, right? Alright. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So, Teferi. Gain 9. He's swinging for 7, 8. Does he have any way to make those bigger? Can we go to 1? Can we go to 1? I mean, he kills Teferi. I think I can go to 1. I think I can go to 1. Alright, so there's a land. What does that mean? And then we'll have more land. So if I go 1, 2, 3, I'll untap 2. We're going to 1, right? We're going to 1. So we're not going to 1. We're gonna go to 3. Just look for the board sweeper. Sweeper. It's Chemist's Insight. Teferi Time Reveler. Time Reveler's fine. Alright. We have a counterspell? Narset and downtick? So who does he kill here? Narset. Teferi. Teferi. So we stay at 10? Alright, well, then it's just not over. I don't think I do anything to this. Alright. So Teferi Time Reveler hits here. And Prison Realm hits here. Alright, so let's go Time Reveler. Blue, white, what this thing does. Bounce, Jade Light, Growth Spiral. Can we pay life? We got 1, 2, 3. That activates this. We have Prison Realm. I'd like to pay 2 life. Yes. Yes, I would. Because that 2 life means that I get to Prison Realm or Sinister Sabotage. I'm going to activate this first. Which maybe I should have done that earlier. What do we get? Another Teferi Time Reveler or another Chemist's Insight? Do I want Chemist's? Like, is that where I'm at? Like, do I probably want Chemist's? Maybe I want another Teferi. I'll take the Chemist's Insight. It might be wrong. So next, like if I don't use my mana, I think that next turn he's going to just spend his mana on Incubation Druid. I actually just want to get rid of that. I don't want him to have the Incubation Druid, so maybe I should have countered it. We're going to put the land on the bottom. Absolutely. 4 draw scry. Oh, search. Right, search. Alright, so I assume there and then is at us, right? I mean, we would taken 3 from the incubation druid, and he would have still had. He would have still had like the ability to make mana out of it. So, well, not with it being tapped. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, running out of options now. Did I not pay blue? Out of everything tapped, I didn't pay blue. Wow. Alright, whatever. Cleansing Nova. Thank you. Any order. Cleansing Nova. Well, I mean, that works. Yeah. I made another punt. All the punts. Like, so if I would have played, I would have left the green source untapped, I would have been able to play the Grove Spiral this turn. Yep. Not taking enough forethought of laying out the entire turn. Doom Whisperer, how do we deal with this? Prison Realm? I mean, Prison Realm would deal with it. And leave us enough mana up to counter whatever he puts on top. I really want that Tameo, but we can get it in a moment. So, settle the wreckage, right? You just come back. How's it going? Game 3, or did Finale help? We didn't actually end up putting Finale in. The only card we ended up putting in the deck was Lyra. Didn't put Dovin, didn't put any of the other cards that we all talked about. No Angel of Grace, none of those. So, like, we basically just ended up with 2 Lyras in the sideboard. So, you do your thing, bub. Yay! Settle the wreckage. So we've got to counter this Hydroid Crisis and allow him to draw a billion cards. I mean, we have to do it, right? Boom. I guess I didn't have to do it. I think I've got to keep that, though. I don't think I can put that in the graveyard. So just, yeah, like, the Scry gave us a Cleansing Nova on top, so we just keep the Cleansing Nova. And now we just pass turn. Right? Like, so, if he makes any action, we jump into search for Escanta. Alright, so just an immediate search for Escanta. Alright, so we get Time Wipe, we've got Narset, Induced Amnesia, which Induced Amnesia is actually probably be a good way for us to get back into this game. Get a Narset and an Induced Amnesia. So we're going to take this 3 here. We are going to need a Time Wipe at some point. Tameo is also really good because, I mean, we've got a Cleansing Nova. We don't need the Time Wipe. I'm going to take Tameo. I know I need all the other things, but I'm going to take Tameo. Alright, so we're going to take this 3. This is all fine. And this is why I didn't take the Induced Amnesia or something like that. You're planning on doing a MCQ in the Twin Cities. You was wondering if is it better to 2 Despark, 2 Contempt, or just go all Contempt. Alright, so if you... Despark's really good, right? And Contempt is really slow right now. So I probably actually like to split better than I do, but I would need the context of the entire deck to be able to give you like a legit answer. But I kind of like to split personally because just because of how slow Contempt is right now. Alright, well, I guess I just growth spiral here. There's a Sinister Sabotage. So we're gonna destroy all things. Oh my goodness. Destroy all the things. Play Tamiyo. Probably gonna down tick Tamiyo. If we can get away with that. Ooh, definitely leaving that on top. Now I could play Tamiyo and like call Lyra. Right, like uptick Tamiyo and call Lyra. But I seeing the Lyra automatically turns off using Surge for Escanta. Yeah, let's return like to Fairy. Like I think to Fairy's the right way to go. It may actually just be another Cleansing Nova. But I think Lyra turns this around a lot. You play at Dreamer's Vault normally in the Twin Cities? Okay. Alright, so he sacrifices his memorial to get back a Hydroid Crassus. I guess what we're looking for here is Narset. Like we want him to just like cast this Crassus for everything in the world. And then we will Teferi bounce it. I don't know. We'll see. We want him to put everything into this. This is fine because like yes, he's going to be able to like try to do it at instant speed, but as soon as we play Teferi, maybe not. Maybe it just goes forward here. Everything, all of it, the whole enchilada. He draws 3 cards. It's not bad. If we can find a Narset right here, life's gonna be good. Alright, so we're gonna call Narset. I'm just gonna mill some stuff. Narset, Parter of the Veils, right? So Narset Parter of the Veils did not hit it. We did hit another Lyra and 3 lands. Yeah, that's a thing. Alright, so we'll do it this way. Chemist's Insight. Alright, we'll take the Chemist's Insight. This is not how I wanted this to work. This is totally not how I wanted this to work. White to pay for the blue-white. And then we play Teferi. Come on. We could still do it if we hit a Narset right here. Narset. Narset. Come on, Narset. Quit hiding, girl. It's not Narset. 1, 2, 3, 5. So we're gonna say no. Of everything he currently has in hand. Yeah, I think we just play Lyra. Pass the turn. Better late than never. Don't you miss the notification? Well, welcome to the stream, man. It's unfortunately it's almost over. The game's really grindy. Of course, you know, he's got 17 cards left in hand. We've got 16 cards left in hand. At some point, it may actually be like feasible for me to just start Induced Amnesiaing him to make him draw more cards. Oh, all right. So at 40 life, he's like, you know, I'll kill the Teferi. I'll kill the Teferi before I kill him. Yeah, you figured it was near the end. Yeah. Well, I'm wanting to do some kind of like some before. Are we going to get another shot at this? Well, we would have to find a Teferi as well, but we have the mana to do all the things. Or do we have to find... Alright, so if we search for Azcanta first, right? Find a Narset, we can down-tick Tamiyo to get... Really? Land? Alright, so let's just... Find a Narset. Come on, Narset, Narset, Narset. Alright. Play Teferi. Bounce. I mean, it works this way too. Return Narset to our hand. Play Narset. Play Induced Amnesia. Induced Amnesia him for 6. Enter combat, kill Vivian. I mean, there we go. You built Dev's all colorless deck. Cost about 400 to get all the cards. Wow, really? On Arena? See, that's ridiculous because you had to pay all of that to just pull the cards. But you probably have a good collection and can build a lot of other things now, huh? I'm probably going to get clocked in this game. Although maybe not. I mean, I didn't even down tick Narset. I mean, he can Memorial, get things back. he gets a Ravenous Chupacabra in order to kill Lyra. Do we have a Tamiyo left? Did I pitch a Tamiyo earlier? Like, if we have a Tamiyo left, then we're good. Because Tamiyo can, like, cycle, and Tamiyo can get Tamiyo. It's fun, yeah. Wild Growth Walker. Alright. So we'll play Tamiyo. Return target card from our graveyard. We'll get Cleansing Nova. Right? I mean, like, it's just whatever. Destroy all creatures. We've done all the things. Pass the turn. End of we'll search for Azcanta. I do have to, like, my Gideon, or sorry, my Teferi, my Time Raveler out of the grave at some point. We'll take Induced Amnesia. Any order? Temple Garden tapped. Choose a card. I really don't want to uptick that. But we're gonna call Narset Part of Elves. Is this just game 2? Hey, we got a Narset. Let's go get another card. This is pretty much like all we can do at this point, so we'll take the Growth Spiral, even though it doesn't really matter. We can cast sorceries. We will let's look at some stuff. We'll get the Time Wipe. Cast the Time Wipe. White, white, blue. So I'm pretty sure we have this one just like locked down from the Teferi cycle. And just uptick Teferi, or yeah, playing Teferi, down tick Teferi, tuck Teferi, play Teferi, down tick Teferi, uptick Teferi. Although, how do we get to the emblem, right? I guess we just keep doing that until we get a Lyra back, and then we could just... Yeah, I guess that works. Oh, man. I messed it up, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Oh, wow. At the very end, I clicked up instead of down on her. I was supposed to kill her. But then we wouldn't have had it anyway, would we? Well, we'll grab the Narset. We know it's there. Right? Isn't it still there? Yeah, it's still there. So, yeah, we need the... Jeez. Alright, I get it. This is why you want Jace in the deck. This is why you want Jace. Alright, I'm just gonna draw a couple cards. Yeah. We're just gonna draw a couple cards. We'll get rid of Induced Amnesia. Alright. Log off of Magic Online? No? So yeah, maybe the deck needs a little bit more of a win con. That's the first time I had run the deck completely out like that. Running it completely out, I needed to think about having a Tameo that could be upticked as we just rotated through a Teferi, right? Like, so Tameo allows you to like play the Teferi more than one time. I really liked Tameo in the deck. Jace is probably okay, like as a 1 or a 2 of. I don't think you need 3 copies of Jace in the deck, but I definitely see why right there that I wanted a copy of Jace. So yeah, like a copy of Jace would have been really good right there. So I can definitely see that. But since you have the entire deck like laid out, maybe you don't need 3 copies of Jace. Induced Amnesia is fun. It's a lot of fun. So there was definitely a line there at the end where if I would have just taken Teferi, I could have played and bounced Teferi 12 times and would have won. So I was trying to do something cute with Tameo and didn't do it. But yeah, maybe we could have Gaia's Blessing as a 1 or 2 of instead of Jace. I don't even think it needs that. If anything, I would say that I would want to run the spell that would do it. But after playing it, I think that I would either want these extra 2 copies of Jace to either be Dovin or Saheeli. I really do. I like those. Seem like they would be terrific. And if you had Karn, you could put that in the sideboard for a draw package. Searchraz Kanto is pretty good there, though. Oh no, this is a really fun deck, Dragon Lord. Man, I'm glad you submitted it, and thank you very much for everything, man. I know you've been a long-time member of the community, so thank you very much. Oh no, it was a real fun deck, though, man. Is it just the power of Narset and Little Teferi? With the one big Teferi or that sort of thing. Like, is that play just so powerful that it can support tons of shells? Like, yeah. With Saheeli, run Oketra. So this deck would have 0 creatures to cast for. Well, I mean, 2 Lyras in the sideboard you could cast, but Oketra is not going to get triggers off of Planeswalkers, does she? I don't know about Oketra, but I do know that with Saheeli, like as you're playing Narsets, Teferis, Tameos, things like that, like Saheeli's making dudes that buy you even more time, which forces your opponent to add more to the battlefield. So as they add more to the tokens wouldn't trigger. It's only when you cast a creature, not when a creature enters the battlefield, I think. If it's when a creature enters the battlefield, hold on a minute here, right? You got here a little late. What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? I guess, if you went Saheeli, she makes the creature, she makes creatures that make your opponent have to add more to the battlefield so that they can punch through those creatures, which sets up for your cleansing novas to be that much bigger, and I think Saheeli would fit. But I definitely seen where 1 Jace, I give up. 1 Jace would be fine in this deck. 1 Jace is fine. What else we got? Built 5 shells for Narset, and this was the best you came up with, but they were all good. So you built 5 shells with Narset and Teferi in them? Because that seems to be the deal. Narset, 4 little Teferi, 4 Narset, and 1 Teferi was in almost all of the Jeskai and Esper builds. There was a couple of them that were slightly off, but they all had those cards. Some of them had 2 big Teferi and only 3 little Teferi, but whatever. Yeah. Jack Rush, the reunion. Oh. Anyway, 3 had both. Yeah, exactly. It's 3 of your builds had both. Yeah. You're watching videos again, yeah. Top 10 anime reunions. There we go. There we go. Guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank everyone for coming out. Remember, if you want to play on Magic Online, I highly recommend that you click the link in the description box below and use the coupon code over at manatraders. It'll give you access to like all of standard for like the smallest package. Like, I mean, come on, we're talking like the price of a couple Karns will pay for a few whole months of gameplay, and you can play pretty much as you want. Like, yeah, the mana hours are pretty much irrelevant as long as you turn your cards back in when you're done. But yeah, Sideboard MTG Hybrid is still the code. They just extended the code, so that'll save you 15% on your first 3 months when you sign up with manatraders. Other than that, that's all I've got for tonight, guys. If you want to help support the channel, hit the like button on your way out. If you're new, subscribe, bell for notifications, you know, YouTube stuff. If you want to help support like what we do here, I was thinking about getting some green screen stuff like that. If you want to help support that, you can do it by hitting the join button here on YouTube, or you can come over to Patreon. All right, that's gonna do it. Shameless pitches out of the way. Price of which Karns? Well, yeah. I said for a few Karns you could get a few months, so I think both Karns fit that bill. But anyway, probably all Karns, even Silver Golem. I don't know, Silver Golem's pretty cheap, so yeah. Guys, that's all I've got for tonight. Stay awesome, and we'll see you next time here on Sideboard MTG.